All right, another mock draft here for the Gulag. Let's go ahead and find out what spot I'm going to be drafting from today. We just did one last week. See here, I got all the eligible spots ready to be randomized, and let's see what we get. So I'm going to be drafting today from the 26 spot. I go ahead and I look at who is in the 26 spot. It is Vince Roy. So from the 26, that's where we're going to be drafting today. Let's go ahead. I'm going to claim the 26th spot here towards the end. After our first pick, we're going to have to wait 12 before our second. So that might be something to look out for. Looking at in a standard 12 team, we're looking at the 302 being your first pick. Let's get it started from the 26. Usual suspects for quarterback are gone and tight end. So you got two quarterbacks and two tight ends are gone. Look at the best available here. We got two Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receivers still available. Couple guys I'd be okay with for my running back one as well. Godwin being here at the 26 is quite the steal. So I'm not even going to think twice about it. I'm going to take him right away. PPR machine, Tom Brady has not been known in the recent years to go deep. So I do like that for Chris Godwin, especially because he just broke out. Also, Tampa Bay has the last week of buys, which is week 13. So that would be the earliest you'd have to consider dropping him. I doubt you would. You'd probably just keep him on your bench at that point. Auto pick for Ryan in his first one. See if he picks on the second time. Auto pick right now would be Thielen and Carson. Oh, all right. So he's got Thielen and Bell with his first two. I was hoping I could get Carson with my running back one. Looking at here, I mean, David Montgomery is the safest option for a running back one. At this point, I'm strongly considering going to punt it because if you see here, I got Odell Beckham and Cooper Kupp. Also got Mark Andrews there being available. I think Odell, he was kind of injured all last season. Having Godwin and OBJ would be pretty stacked. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take OBJ right away. I got Odell and Chris Godwin. I know I didn't get a running back, but running back should be pretty replaceable as long as you can get someone that at least sees the field. Looking at best running backs right now, Jordan Howard would probably be my guy, or James White, if either was available. And neither one is. So looking at this list here, I prefer Tariq Cohen, and he is there. He's the best running back available. He's going to get some work right away. Dave Montgomery will be like the every down, but we've seen that Tariq Cohen can produce out of the backfield. For wide receivers, a lot of rookies you can start to see there. Quarterback, I'm okay with waiting on that here. We got to get a running back right now since you have to start two of them. I'm going with Tariq Cohen, especially being full PPR. I think that will be a safe option. The nice thing is when you look at our team here, Tariq Cohen's buy is until week 11. We don't have to worry about that. If you would fumble along and struggle to find a running back to kind of be a plug and stash there in the running back, at least with Tariq Cohen, you can wait 10 weeks minimum to keep him in that spot. So now you're going to be at the predicament of if this would be the way you went, you have your wide receivers full, you have one running back. It's up to you. Do you want to go ahead and go with a quarterback? Or do you want to try to fill that flex and take a solid wide receiver here? So if we look at the wide receivers available, Christian Kirk is kind of interesting. So is Jamison Crowder, who's a PPR monster. And then Darius Slayton also performed last year. Looking at the running backs, I don't love any of those options at all. You see, like down the line here, I saw Damian Harris is there. I'd be interested in him if Sony Michel does start the year on the pup. We'll find that out before our draft. Naheem Hines, I like him as well. Oh, Carry On is there though, and I just noticed that does have a week 5 bye. There is a rookie that just got drafted, but with all the uncertainty with COVID killing the training camp, I think I like that option the best. So I have On Johnson and Tariq Cohen in my running backs. They're not just going to bench On Johnson. The only thing that really is going to prevent him from seeing the field at the beginning of the year is going to be injury. And all signs point to him being healthy as of this moment. When the clock comes back to us here, probably going to be thinking about our flex. All right, let's look at the flex here. So Naheem Hines, I mentioned him earlier. Preston Williams, very, very interesting right now because there have been 2 Dolphins in the last 24 hours that have opted out. They do have Devontae Parker there. Preston Williams is coming off a torn ACL, but he's fully healthy. We'll come back to that in a second. I like Gesicki too with the Dolphins. He's the tight end, so we can fill that position. Looking down here, I don't really like Lazard. Interesting. We could get him when we come back. I'm thinking Hines or Preston Williams. I'm going to go with Preston Williams here. Week 11 bye. I did mention there's going to be a lot of targets to be had. We'll see who the quarterback is between Tua Tagovailoa and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Well, Gesicki also went off. That's one less tight end that we have to worry about. I do not like that pick at all by Ryan. He mentioned he does not like his team. I don't like it at all either. That looks pretty bad. LaShawn McCoy is going to be in his flex. I think we did much better on our flex area there. All right. Tight end, we got Jack Doyle, I like, and Dallas Goddard. Dallas Goddard was on the field about 50% of the time when Ertz was healthy. And then when Ertz went down, he really exploded. That's a really good option. Um, Looking at the quarterbacks here, we still got a lot of starters, and I'm very comfortable with the fact that I can get one of these guys when it comes back. If I look here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 guys. It looks like most of these teams have taken a quarterback, so I'd be taking a risk. I like Goddard a lot with that specific spot. Has a week 9 bye. I'm going with Dallas Goddard, and I'm gonna pray that I can get one of those quarterbacks. There was 8 I had my eye on. There's goes one right now. Oh no, there goes 2, 3, 4. Oh boy. Oh, there goes 5. Mm, 2 left. 2 left. Gotta hope and pray that one of them gets back. I did take a gamble here, but looking at my roster, it's pretty freaking sacked. So quarterback might be something that I'm going to be struggling on. All right, let's see. I think I got one left. Tyrod Taylor, named the week 1 starter, but we also have Dwayne Haskins. So those are the 2 I'm debating on. It's not pretty. Tua's probably going to start as well. Hmm. With Tyrod, you're playing against the Bengals to start the year. That's the positive about that. Haskins, he's pretty bad. I'm going with Tyrod Taylor. I love Tyrod. Obviously, I'm a Chargers fan, so I'm a little bit biased. But also, they're playing the shitty Bengals. Bengals have a rookie quarterback. Tyrod runs a lot, which is broken in fantasy football. It was a reach. So we are kind of weak at running back and quarterback, but you can see the rest of the roster is freaking stacked. So I love that. The Eagles defense went right after Tyrod. That's my favorite defense to pick if you're required to do so in the draft. But man, I am a little uneasy about quarterback and running back. But like I said, the rest, it's so good. There's no really reason with this team how you couldn't survive. So let's take a look at the defenses. Look at the Titans, the Broncos, and the Cowboys. So Cowboys, week 1. They got the Rams. We got the Broncos play against the Titans, and then we got the Titans against the Broncos. I'm going to go with the Titans defense. I don't think home field advantage is going to play anything into it. Um, there's no way that the Titans will score negative, at least in the first week, with Drew Lock being there in Denver. So looking at the team right now, we got Tyrod Taylor, Terry Cohen, Kerryon Johnson, Chris Godwin, OBJ, Dallas Goddard, Preston Williams, and the Titans defense. So we'll see what happens when we come back to us. I'd prefer to not take a kicker here. We took a defense at a really, really good time because you can see that there are only 6 left. Quarterbacks here. You know what would be a kind of smart move? Oh, and it's gone. I was going to say if Herbert would have been available, it would have been really, really smart for us to take both. That way you're guaranteed the starting quarterback for the Chargers no matter what, even though Tyrod has been named the starter. Fitzpatrick might be kind of a good bench player for us. I'm not going to take him right now. I'm going to see if I can get him in the next round. See if I can get another bench option here. Are there any decent running backs or ones with potential? Darwin Thompson's somewhat interesting just because Damian Williams just opted out and they're going to be starting Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I'm going to probably go that way. Let's see what we got for wide receiver. Yeah, I don't like any of those options. Tight end, got some pretty solid options I like there. I'm going to go with Darwin Thompson, though. We'll see if he has even a decent role there with the Chiefs start the year. I'm gonna go with Fitzpatrick if it comes back, just because Tua people are saying is fully healthy. So, they could give him the starting job, but also if I'm the Dolphins GM, I'm not starting Tua to start the year. I'm gonna be starting Fitzpatrick because Tua is the future of the franchise. It wouldn't really be wise to risk it like that. I mean, to be honest, they could be okay with a redshirt year, especially because the Dolphins are rebuilding. They're rebuilding rather quickly, though. They have a really good defense in the works. And then they do have some weapons on the offensive end. And I know Ryan is thankful that he did not, this is not his official draft because it is not looking good for him. At least he has okay running backs. I don't like his flex and I don't like his tight end. I did take Greg Olsen last time, but also you saw if you watched the last episode, that roster was freaking stacked as well. All right, let's see. We got Fitzpatrick. Nope, he's gone. That sucks. I think Ryan did it. Yep. All right, so tight end. I got Goddard. Looking at these options, Sternberger's going to start right away for them. Irv Smith Jr., I feel like I draft him in just about every single draft. He has a high upside. I'm probably going to go Irv Smith, and I did. All right, I'm thinking about getting a kicker in this next pick, as I figured they'd all fly off the board right now. It's about that range where you start seeing kickers fly or should see kickers fly. Looking up, I see people taking a kicker in the 5th round. What a joke. Just out of curiosity, how many defenses are left? All right, 5. There's 5 of them. Kicker has got to get someone that has no competition and it's going to be a starter. So we got Daniel Carlson with the Raiders, Sanders with the Dolphins. So I got to think about who has the best offense or the best chance to score points. I'm going to go with the Raiders and Daniel Carlson for my kicker. And then I have one bench spot left. I saw Bryce Love's name. That one's somewhat interesting. JJ Arcega Whiteside's interesting. And then, I don't like any of these tight ends here. There are a couple starters in there, like Jeremy Sprinkle. I don't want him. I'm going to go with Bryce Love. I have heard that the Redskins still like him. Plus, could be kind of my waiver drop moving forward if I don't want him on my team. And running back was really my weakness. So, whatever flyers we can take. Let's take a look at this roster here. So, for Mr. Roy, we got Tyrod at quarterback. We got Tariq and Carrion at running back. We got Chris Godwin and OBJ as our wideouts. We got Dallas Goddard as our tight end. Preston Williams in the flex. Daniel Carlson at kicker. the Titans defense, and then our bench, we have Darwin Thompson, Irv Smith Jr., and then Bryce Love for that team. Like I mentioned earlier, running back is really the only area I'm worried about. I don't think Tyrod's going to be benched if they've already named him the starter. He's good on his legs. He should score a pretty solid amount of points, at least in week 1 against the Bengals, and then kind of have to look at the waiver wire after that to see what's available for quarterback. So that is my preview from the 26th spot, and we'll see you next time.